Ladies and gentlemen, how the hell are you? A little bit excited today. I'm sure you just saw the starting soon screen. I'm sure you just saw that. We are casting TFK versus 3Para today. Two genuinely good, amazing Aussie clans, all part of the Big D network. Exciting. But before I get too much into it, I want to remind you, we are on a 15-minute delay, so I can't reply to you guys in chat. I miss you all. I miss you already. Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff. But before I get too far, I've got co-casters. Obviously, I've always got some very good co-casters. Joining me that is Winchy, and down there is none other than BlueRoseJelly herself. How the hell are you, Winchy? I have two questions for you, my guy. Firstly, how the hell are you? Secondly, are you excited to be casting this today? I'm going to need responses in order, please.
Responses in order. Ooh, throwing the spanner in the works. All right, well, I'm doing as good as a hole in the ground in which to draw water from. That would be well. And having said that, I'm bloody excited for this match today.
100%. I'm loving some of this stuff. All right, let's introduce BlueRoseJelly. You can catch her at twitch.tv/BlueRoseJelly. Blue, are you well? How are you?
I'm doing well. I fought with all 12 of my fairy lights, so I actually have face lighting rather than just being a disembodied voice like usual.
Say it ain't so. It is an absolute pleasure to have each and every one of you. There, I said it. As it's a pleasure to have everyone that's watching the stream. Welcome, everybody. So today, guys, we are watching a game between 3Para and TFK. Two damn good sides. They're doing a little bit of a BPL warm-up match. Essentially, the Big D Premier League is coming up. You should hear a little bit more about that over the coming weeks whilst we get all the details sorted out. I'm excited about it. But yeah, lots of the clans are doing some of this stuff, which is just playing matches against each other and figuring out their sort of squad compositions, their tactics, figuring out how their starts are going to work. Winchy, you're part of a clan. NRD, my guy.
Yeah, NRD, never really dead. We are one of the first Australian Hell Let Loose clan. And as such, we've developed a good affiliation with the Big D servers. So it's a happy-go-lucky bunch of mates that love to screw around and have some fun.
Yeah, hell yeah. And obviously, it's always a pleasure to play with some of your lads. Some of the best lads you'll see playing in Australian Hell Let Loose servers. BlueRoseJelly, you are part of my clan. OC, Only Clans. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, can you just fill me in? The last Big D Premier League, which is obviously the biggest Hell Let Loose competitive scene in Australia. The last BPL, who won it?
I think us.
Hell yeah, we did.
Undefeated too, so...
sorry, was that undefeated?
Yeah, undefeated, I think, yeah.
0 defeats? Was that just because we're genuinely better than everyone else?
Yeah, I think. But also there were a few that were pretty tough. It was either... I think a lot of them came down to like the last 2 minutes, and it happened to cap the midpoint back right then. So that's when it's a tough game, but it's fun and 100%.
100%. There's some tough stuff in there. What I really liked out of the last BPL that happened is just watching some of the clans grow, especially guys like the Emu War veterans, who obviously formed out of the Big D public team that was playing during that. They've all sort of consolidated. Guys like some of the guys we're watching today. 3Para have obviously always been some tough competition. But TFK, watching them grow over the competition was really good to see.
I think the fact that we're here today watching them go up against 3Para says a lot about what they're doing as a group.
Yeah, 100%. And like once again, as like I know I tend to be a little positive about literally everything in the world. But just really good lads to hang out with. I know, like I've spoken with a lot of them sorting out this cast and getting all the perms and whatnot and sorted out. But just good guys to hang around with. I like playing on the TFK and 3Para servers. Just the quality of competition. The quality of competition is just good here in Australia. And I'm looking forward to casting this game today. I do know a lot of the teams are milling about in the server at the moment, so we do have a little bit of time to kill before we jump into it. What we're going to do today is Winchy over there is going to be running the second admin cam. He's going to be doing a lot of the over-the-top flyover work and getting a general idea of what's happening with the battlefield. I'll try and get down and dirty and have a look at some of that. BlueRoseJelly here is kind of being awesome. She's going to be running special comments for us today and hopefully dealing with Twitch chat.
Yep.
So can I just say, Winchy and Blue, thank you very much for giving up some of your time to come play with us today.
No,
You're all good.
Excellent. Obviously, with BPL coming up, OC has been playing some sort of warm-up games, trying to nut out the rules and see how we're doing. Blue, I know we played against Gary Busters not too long ago. How did that go for us?
It was good in the sense that we learned what we really need to work on. That was my first game I didn't play BPL last season. I did lots of the volunteering, so sitting on point, or I did a couple of the scratch matches. So it was really good to see how it actually works from the point of on the ground.
And obviously, I play a little too much Hell Let Loose with you. You are one hell of a squad lead. Just saying, putting it out there. If you see BlueRoseJelly in game, seriously, join her squad because she actually knows her stuff. And same, Winchy. I reckon I've played far more with you than nearly any other person on the planet. Damn good player. If you see these guys in game, feel free to join them. They're usually pretty friendly and happy to meet new people. Winchy, how's NRD's lead up into BPL looking? You're starting to get your stuff together?
Our lead up into BPL Season 2, I think, has been pretty fantastic. So we've been part of 2 tests for the BPL Season 2, just testing out the rules and stuff. So we did a 50-50 mix between ourselves and Floy Boys against 3 Para.
Yep.
We came out 3-2 victory on that one.
Hey.
We also did another 50-50 team up with...
another clan.
This is an insert clan name here.
Sorry, I just thought I saw something going on in game.
Yeah, I was looking at that as well, going, obviously I've got the game. We've all got the game on our screen over there. We're just sort of watching the mill around a little bit. We do need to jump into a little bit of admin cam as soon as we get a chance.
So yeah, the second game we participated in, it was a 50-50 with NRD and Emu War Vets.
Yep.
And it was against TFK, and that was a whitewash within 45 minutes, 5-0 victory for NRD Emu War Vets.
Ooh,
nice.
That's delicious. I do know, was it last week or the week before? I'm terrible with times and whatnot, but we did cast a bit of your warm-up with, who was that? That was with EMV, wasn't it?
Yeah. Emu War Vets and TFK, I think, jumped in on the Emu War Vet side. So that was a 1-1 there.
Yeah, that was a good fun match to watch. The fight over Remagen Bridge. It was death incarnate. It was like some sort of meat grinder.
It was like there's going to be right here in the middle of the bridge. That's where everyone's going to die. That was what that game was.
My favourite bit is when they started piling the corpses to build extra barricades just because there were so many people. It's when they started jumping off the bridge because, nope, just going to yeet myself off, see if this works. It didn't.
I still have yet to try that truck off the bridge into the water and then drive out of the water.
I know. I'm vaguely okay with this. Do let me know how you go. Yeah. Is there anything else coming up for the Big D community at the moment? I know, I think sort of all eyes are looking towards the new BPL. It seems to be where everyone's at. Everyone's sort of building up their squads, figuring out the roles within those squads, and just trying to consolidate. Because obviously the BPL this year, I believe it's going to be a 30v30 competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so I believe it's a 30v30. No rules on Artie or Tank. So it's
open.
Gonna be open map, not a locked on center point.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we can have those 5-0 victories or those sort of 3-2 close calls where you just decide all you can do is hang on to the middle. What I do like about I know, right? What I do like about it really is a different game, isn't it, than the 50v50s than you see. The tactics that you use in a 30v30 match just by necessity have to be completely different. And I fucking love that. I like that we've got our own little thing going here. I do know OC has known the struggles of moving between those two sort of styles of matches. We did see that during that international match that we casted versus Sesh. Obviously, not a great memory in all of in OC's mind, because we did lose fairly handily to the Chinese team.
Was that the first international one we did?
Yeah, it was. It was the first
Yeah.
international one coming out of BPL.
Yeah, so going from like a 25 versus to straight up to 50v50, all like normal pub rules, that's completely different.
Yeah, it was. And I think we saw that coming back into that Gary Busters match recently that we took a big L from as well, is moving from that having 40, well, it's always 50v50, but 49v49 because casters always have a spot. Moving from that 50v50 format to the 30v30, we needed to really recalibrate what we were doing. So I'm excited. Winchy.
Yes.
Do you think OC is going to be as dominant moving into this next season of BPL?
They might still maintain their dominant style, but whether or not it's going to hold up as well this year, I think it's going to be a fair task on them. I think everyone's gunning for OC's position this time.
As well they should, because reigning champs, obviously. There you go. I think the stream has just gone live. That is the 15 minutes delay. Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly bits. Winchy, how far from the start of the match are we?
That's what I'm just trying to find out. You want to ask the 3 Parasite how far away they are?
Yep, I can jump in and ask them just that. Let me just do this one. Find a sneaky little spawn point.
Oh,
In a bush.
Text chat.
Yeah. Well, I have to spawn in to do it.
No, you don't. Not in
Do I,
text
do
chat.
I not?
No.
Really?
Did you not know that you can actually
No.
sit in the menu and actually use text chat?
Oh.
There we go. Let's ask him. And hopefully we'll get into a little bit of casting action very shortly.
Confirming now, should be good for Matt Flip. Cool. So I'll get ready for that one.
All right. Well, I've asked them. Nobody don't kill medics. Apparently we don't kill medics.
Yeah.
There's got to be some sort of Geneva Convention about that, doesn't there?
Yep. Stop shooting us. We just want to get our revive points, please. All I see is TFK shooting each other.
Yeah.
So I'm shooting everyone in spawn who team kills, apparently.
Yeah.
Matt Flip at 17:30 is what they've called Winchy.
Yep.
So another couple of minutes and we will get into a little bit of casting action. I'm a little bit excited for this, to be honest. I haven't watched any 3 Power or TFK stuff. Well, I guess there hasn't been any content to be watching lately. But I'm excited to see where they've built up to. Blue, thank you for doing all the chat stuff.
All good. I got this.
Love your work.
I've just discovered new emotes. Excellent.
Yes. I've done them as follower emotes, so if you're following the channel, you should be able to show your support for TFK 3 Para, or, of course, I've got an OC one. How could I not? How could I not stick OC in there?
They're asking who's good to go, so it seems like people are starting to organize themselves.
Yep, Matt Flip 17:30. Get your head in the game, guys. That will be 1 minute's time. 3 Para. Jimmy the Hand fucking loves himself some 3 Para. Let me just scooch over and chuck some of those emotes down for him.
I should probably turn my audio off. That would be a good idea.
Bog the Dog just wants to know, is it 30v30? It is 30v30, my guy.
So much hype behind these 30v30s. It's just something a little bit different, I reckon.
Right? I think obviously there's the big tournament, HCA. Ooh, that looks like 1730, my guy.
It does.
And
Be
match change
interesting to
process.
see if you can play like a normal pub match 50-50 as a 30. and what people are going to do differently to a pub rather than just swarming with numbers.
Yeah, there's just so many questions about it, and I don't know about you guys. I'm genuinely looking forward to BPL. Blue Rose, I'm sure you're going to get yourself involved in this one, because how can we not put you in the side, my sister?
I look forward to it because I joined OC just as BPL was starting, so I got off my trial after it was done, but I joined a clan to play comp, so I'm excited.
Hell yeah. I think I joined a fair bit after you as well, so I was in no position to do it. But you know what? I did some volunteer work. All right. Let me jump into an armor squad and we can get into casting this match.
Lock squads. So I don't have people in my place. There we go.
Excellent.
Oh, and it's town center. Excellent.
All right. Alrighty. Let me sort out this one.
Here we go.
Excellent. Winchy, you're going to be sorting out the flyover stuff. Let's get into a little bit of casting so we can watch this match warm-up. There we go. You guys no longer need to worry about what your face looks like. This is us in the game. We're going to go have a look at what 3-Para is doing for their setup. Jumping into trucks, not so much building at the moment. I'm wondering what they're going to be doing with that. Usually at this stage of the match, Winchy, you'd see most of them popping down boxes, building defenses, sorting out their artillery. But as it stands, we're looking at the 3-Para side at the moment. There is nobody on artillery. Have they been told no artillery for this match?
I don't know. It looks like these guys over here are trying to set up some defenses or something around Artie.
All right, let's swing over and have a look at what Winchy's looking at for the TFK side.
They've got one set of nodes up. They've got blueprints down for a second set. Just seen a heap of guys redeploy just quickly, and they've got a third set off in the distance, I believe. No? I thought I saw another set going down over there. They might be a bit behind on their nodes this time. Oh no, there it is.
There we go. I'm just going to switch over to mine now. This is the 3-Para. They do have the nodes set up, and they're set up down at the top spawn at the moment, but it doesn't look like any other sets are sorted at the moment. There you go. Some of them starting to go down now. Hopefully they've got their old box drop systems sorted out. Match warm-up is going to go for another 50 seconds, give or take. Blueprints are down for nodes, but it looks like they're... At the moment, they seem to be fairly content to be just running off the one set of nodes.
Well, TFK got their 3 nodes, and they are building defenses around Artie.
Excellent. Let's go have a look at this 3-Para Artie now and see whether... Yeah, look, once again, they just don't have any humans on artillery. I'm wondering... Artie, fairly strong in the start of the match when you know the vectors of approach that you can cover. Fairly freaking strong. Jimmy the hand, it's a stitch up. Let's go. I'm going to move forward and we're going to watch this line of advance from 3-Para. Most of them sort of sitting in trucks at the moment. There we go. That is a truck. There is only sort of... that's 5 people in the truck and 2 people on top at the moment. Let me just have a quick look at the map. There is another transport truck and a supply truck towards the south of the map at the moment. So this represents the entirety of the 3-Para lads that are pushing into point at the moment. And I feel like 5 lads probably isn't enough to take the middle point. Winchy, I'm going to switch over to you in a tick.
Yep.
Maxim just said you ate a bunch of Vegemite, so he thinks you're fucked up. But we're going to switch over to yours. Can I just get you to have a look at the TFK push into town centre for me?
Yep. I've just got a transport truck coming up over here to the left.
Yep.
It's a full truck with people riding on top as well. So they've got a nice solid push going in. They even have a supply truck that pushed in elsewhere. Had some guys drop out, so it'll be interesting to see how they play this one out.
Excellent. Switching back over to my screen now. What we're watching is those 2 machine guns on top of obviously a fairly new tactic at the moment, but that's 2 3-Para machine guns sitting on top of the transport truck. Like, it's genuinely an interesting way to do it. But it looks like they're fairly content to sort of choke up. What we're looking at the moment, this is obviously the main road into town centre, looking towards the west-southwest. And looks like they're actually doing a fairly good job. That's only sort of those 3 guys we were talking about before, managing to hold off this TFK push into the top of Town Squinter there. Town Squinter, that's totally a word. You can't stop me.
Yep, that's how you say it in French.
Oh, Dankus. Pointing out that where GBI was 5 and zip the other day. Thank you very much for pointing that one out, Dankus. Love you too. Maxim, how delayed are we? We are 15 minutes delayed, my guy. 15 minutes. Winchy, what are you looking at the moment? Because look, at the moment, it looks like even though they had that sort of more shallow push into town centre, they're holding their own for the moment. What we are looking at, those red berries you can see at the top of your screen, that is a flanking squad from TFK. They've done some damn good work getting around there, and they're going to be able to push into the back. GBI number 1, SPO, yeah. I have to disagree. OC, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah, looked like your side there, Stu, had a nice little push in and defense against the TFK guys as they pushed in, but they did split up and are trying a number of different approaches by the looks of it.
Yeah, so what we're looking at the moment is 3-Para have mainly sort of taken the town square and have taken up points sort of all around a couple of the, mostly the western approaches. TFK, however, if you have a look sort of to the left of your screen at the moment, they've set up, and that's got to be an OP out there. Let me just squeeze down there and have a look. Yeah, there you go. There's an OP in the middle of your screen at the moment. And what they're trying to do is provide a sustained push from this southern side. There you go. Suits from 3-Para going down to Swinny then. This TFK side is... This TFK line of approach is going to provide some problems because it doesn't look like most of 3-Para is set up off this side. There is a tank.
Yeah, there is a tank coming behind the 3-Para guys. So you can see how they play that one out.
There you go. That's a TFK. Is that a Stewart?
Light
That's a
tank,
TFK Stewart coming in behind the... That's a... Oh, and not going to live much longer. It did get the jump on that... that's a Panzer IV, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it? From 3-Para. It did take a couple of shots in its rear, but it is still up, and that'll be fairly crucial if they can keep that tank as a hard point to fight around at the moment.
Stu, how are your garrisons looking for setup here?
We can have a quick look at that if you like. I'll tell you what, garrisons for 3-Para are few and far between. They've got just the one down in G7, and I'm not seeing any other garrisons at the moment.
Well, I'm looking at the garrisons at the moment for TFK.
Yep.
We
can switch over to your screen and have a look at that if you like.
4 of them down the D and C column already.
There you go. Let's zoom in and have a look at that into your map and have a look at what we're talking about.
So, got one right down the bottom of the map here.
Yep.
We've got another one up on point for derailed. Another one just on the main road in towards town centre.
Okay.
And another one just up near the canal.
Excellent. So they've gone fairly defensive sitting along that line. You'd assume that TFK will start pushing out from there and start establishing some attacking garrisons to start moving forward on this 3-Para domination, I've got to say, at the moment of town centre. We're just looking at that at the moment. The blueberries you can see, obviously, Winchy is on the other side. So looking at my screen, which we are at the moment, the blueberries that you can see are the 3-Para side, and they're the Axis forces. For the one and only time ever, the blueberries are the bad guys. So blueberries on my screen are the Axis forces, and that's the 3-Para lads. Supplies going down into the middle of town centre there. For the most part, they seem to be pretty content to just lock down this town centre bit. There is a bit of a flank, however, from the 3-Para lads. Out on this left side, we'll swing over there and have a look at it at the moment. They're sort of pushing up that south side of that southern flank out from town centre. And you'd assume they'd try and establish a bit of a foothold out here. TFK are the red berries. Towards the top of your screen at the moment, they're all the red marks that you can see. Looking at them, they've stayed fairly central with their push at the moment, and they seem to have stalled for the most part.
I just had to fix up one of my settings. Now I can actually see where everyone's at better.
I feel like that's probably fairly important.
Mm.
BlueRoseJelly. TFK are obviously probably being a little dominated by this 3-Para side at the moment. Do you think it's probably a lack of medics that's causing this for them?
Yes, but for sure. You need medics. It's so upsetting when everyone goes, oh, they're useless because you can redeploy. Yeah, but, you know, I've gotten a sniper with a pistol before. If I'm shooting at someone, like, you know, definitely a distraction. Plus the smoke helps if you're trying to push a point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's definitely underrated is the amount of smokes. BlueRoseJelly, known medic, bucking the current meta, which is not to play medic under any circumstances. Obviously, a believer that medics are the only class that anybody should go. There you go. I'll tell you what, that Panzer IV we're looking at the moment is still cruising around the middle of town centre for 3 para. Artillery. How many people do TFK have on artillery, Winchy?
I'll just go back and have a double check there for you.
Thank you.
I can assure you that is just 2 of them, and they've got some beautiful defense set up over there.
So just the 2 on Artie. Having a look at the 3 para lads, still nobody on artillery. They've decided, even though they're allowed to, they're not going to use artillery. The other thing is, I'm only looking at, I believe that's only the 3 nodes up for 3 para at the moment. They've not gone a full set of nodes. TFK, how many nodes do TFK have up?
So I can even show you right now. They've got the 3 set of nodes. And correction, there's only 1 person on Artie, and they have a second one, engineer on defense.
Oh, so they're running a full Artie defense. There you go. I feel like it's unnecessary at this stage of the map, but hey, if it makes them feel safer, it makes them feel safer. Having a look at here, what we're looking at the middle of your screen at the moment, those blueberries are the 3 para lads. That's Sitames, Zyphar, Tango, and Adlai with destruction in the rear. And strike back off to your left with Waggers up to the top. Damn good player, Waggers. It looks like they're just trying to get a little bit of sector control and take that area around the church up there. And what this does is by having lads out in those sectors that are a little bit on the wider side, it lets them provide a little bit of a buffer just on the off chance that TFK decides to move around on this flank. Let's have a look at the rest of it. There are a few TFK lads moving in towards the rear. That'd be the eastern side of town centre, which we're sort of flying over town centre at the moment. The eastern side of town centre, there are a few lads, but it is a little bit of a sporadic attack. Tango is moving across there, just trying to cut that off. No, but looks like he's decided that it's mostly clear and he can keep heading across that northern side towards the church. So TFK, I don't know what their spawn points are looking, but that can't be more than a squad that's sort of sitting around the rear at the moment. Sorry, Winchy?
I was just watching a couple of rockets go down towards one of the TFK tanks. You got Waggers chasing a tank at the moment.
Do you now? There you go. I'm going to jump in and have a quick squiz at that. Oh, I was going to switch over to my screen, but Waggers obviously dying to a little bit of Artie there. He was carrying the satchel, I'm assuming, towards the tank. I'm going to switch over to my screen. The tank that you can see in the middle of your screen at the moment, that's a 75. So a medium tank, taking another hit. Of course, the streamer's curse. As soon as I switch over to it, that is food stuff. 3 para lad food stuff, I'm assuming that's his name. Taking out the tank and stopping that push from that 3 para tank. The TFK tank, sorry. Geez, you don't like to see the tanks moving in without infantry support, and that's what happened there. He got caught. There was nowhere for him to go. I'm assuming he was trying to cut across town centre there to try and get across and get towards his infantry so they could support him, but couldn't get there. A couple of questions in chat for you there, Blue Rose. Is the match a full minute 30? It is a full minute 30. No restrictions, so you can use Artie. You can use as many tanks as you like. And am I the only one live here?
I'm typing out my reply to.
I am the. Well, you can still pop it in, and they'll get that nice and early for you.
True.
I am the only one live. I believe I'm the only one live on this one, Dankus.
Yeah, no, I'm not live today.
What do I think about this Dankus guy? I'm going to be honest. I played with Dankus long before I played with some of the big D lads, long before I joined OC. He's a damn good dude, and I like him. One hell of a commander if you play with him. There you go. I said it. I'll pump his tires a little bit. I think he deserves it.
Just one quick question. It is normal 50v50 rules for the 30s. Yep.
Yeah, so there's no rules for this. It's not entirely the BPL format, only because the BPL Season 2 format is locked at 1 hour.
Right. Okay, and this one is going the full hour and a half, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is full comp capped at 30 players.
Yep, I'll tell you what we're looking at in the middle of our screen at the moment. This is still the 3-para defense of City Centre. We're seeing TFK just starting to push the defenses a little bit down that main road. 3-para starting to set up some defenses. They obviously have that truck from earlier sort of sitting in the middle, and that'll help them with a little bit of cover down this main road. Johnny R, I can't see the full name because obviously we can't. I feel like that's an option they should be able to allow me. But providing a little bit of MG support down there. Taking out, who is that? Oh no Scott. Oh no Scott. But yeah, looks like they've mainly been able to deal with this TFK push into town centre now. They've got some fairly strong defensive positions. TFK is going to have to get a little more creative than a push straight down the middle to be able to take this point from them. I'm just going to push over and have a look at that next point, which we haven't looked at the points that we're fighting over yet, and we probably should do that. The next point that we're looking at is, of course, derailed train, with 5:02 start as the last point on the TFK side of the map. And towards our right, town centre is obviously the middle, but Mount Halais and La Maison d'Armes is the final point that 3-para will be defending. But just having a look... Yep, sorry, Winchy, go ahead.
There is a little bit of action coming over here at derailed train already. Not as intense as town centre, but I've just seen a couple of I've just seen 3 red berries drop over here.
Well, really? Let's switch over and have a look at where you're looking at, my guy.
About 10 blueberries over here, and they've just taken out 3 red berries.
All right, so there's a bit of a push. It looks like the 3-para lads are starting to get a little more adventurous and pushing out from town centre. But like obviously we know that will cut down on their defense of town centre just a little bit. But I'd say they've probably got lads to spare. I'm just going to switch over and to my screen and have a look at what we're looking at. And that's what I'm talking about. There are a lot of blueberries. There are still a lot of 3-para lads. It does look like TFK have started to sort of work out their angles of attack there. There you go. Jimmy the Hand has just said, can't be on Artie during warm-up. There you go. So no Artie during the warm-up of the match. Thank you very much, Jimmy. I appreciate it.
Do they have people on Artie now, though? Or is their Artie still empty?
Looking at the 3-para Artie at the moment, that is still empty. They're just deciding to go Artie-less.
Only one set of nodes?
And yeah, absolutely. Still just the one set of nodes. It feels like an interesting strategy. Why not get the 3 up? Surely they've got the manpower to spare.
Is this a confusion tactic?
I know.
So when the enemy comes to the HQ and they only see one set of nodes, they think they've got 3 and they can't find them.
And just confirming, we do have a 3-para airhead coming down.
Ooh.
No.
There is 2. I'm going to switch over and have squiz of that. Or are you over there at the moment?
I'm
Winchy?
over there watching it come down. They've just dropped a bombing run over the top of that as it comes in behind the debris. Pornhub has seen it, and it looks like he's going to come in and try and bust that one up.
Excellent. Get nice and close into what we're looking at, and we'll watch Pornhub take down this airhead and whether or not they're able to get a spawn wave off.
No, that is access denied. He is on top of that.
He must have been far enough behind that bombing run that he didn't get affected.
That bombing run came in, and he ran off to the side, and he was just behind the start of it as well.
Oh, yes.
There you go. So an ineffective airhead then from TFK, but you can't win them all. You can't from 3-para. Sorry, you can't win them all. That's all right. I'm sure I get confused. You'll get confused.
Having said that, it did look like there is a recon squad pushing the TFK Artie as well.
Is there now?
Oh.
Let's if you're looking at that at the moment, Winchy, get nice and close into that, and let's have a look at what this battle looks like.
So we've got the 2 guys on the Artie, recon sneaking in. Just a little bit difficult with that defenses up.
Yeah, they haven't done too bad with the old Artie defense there. That'll definitely help them out. There you go, one going down to a headshot then.
Josh jumped up. He's a bit of a crack shot, this Josh.
Who's the 3-para lad that we're looking at there?
Mr. Cones.
Mr. Combs doing God's work taking out the Artie. I'm sure his lads will appreciate that.
But he does also have his, or did have his squad leader, just up the road a bit. Probably setting up a spawn for him.
Just whilst that's happening, I'm just going to switch over to my screen, Winchy, because there has been a little bit of a development over Town Centre at the moment. The Town Centre has started to flip towards the TFK lads.
Nice.
Error, GBI emote not found. I put the OC one in. I put the, and the two teams that are playing today, my guy. I've only got so many follower emotes. I'll tell you what, that TFK advance we were talking about from the east, from behind the point is what we're looking at the moment. They've managed to push in and there just was no 3-power defense there. Swinny starting to move up. The 3-power lads towards the top of your screen at the moment. Virus X, MD Jangle and Johnny R are trying to push back in and retake this point. It is contested now, so they have managed to thin it out a little bit. Swinny taking position in that building there. Wayno deciding he's not going to take the point. He's just going to push out down the alley, off towards the left of your screen at the moment.
And there's a thorough 3-power wave coming back in towards the point to try and help recap that.
Yeah, and look, they really did need to as well, I think. A 3-power ad delay, fighting it out with Coffee at the moment. Sharon and Matthew, that is Matthew, that feels weird in my mouth to say, have taken position on that fairly crucial corner house that you can see towards the left there. Obviously has some very good overlock over the both the approach and to Town Centre and Town Centre itself. Adelaide getting his bandage off. And going down to Matthew there. So, geez, the 3-power lads have got some work to do to take this back, but they have started taking back the point. Just sort of getting numbers back has helped them out.
Is that a supply drop or is that an airhead? That can't be an airhead coming. No, that's that is an airhead dropping in on.
Oh.
Is that a 3-power? Is that a TFK
Going into
airhead?
the back of the...
Yeah.
There you go. It's gone into sort of that...
Bojangles found it. And
Yep.
that's
They missed the courtyard by about, a metre.
I know. There you go. Mr. MD Jangles taking down the airhead there. So that's not going to work out for TFK, but yeah, they gave it a good crack. That was a good push that they had in from this sort of side you can see at the moment. It looks like 3-power is responding to that threat that was coming from the east now, and they have sent a squad out there to try and deal with this attack that was happening.
Looks like they're almost all over it too.
Yeah, looks like it is. Can I just ask, are there any TFK Garys or spawn points left towards the east of Town Centre?
East, north, south, east.
Never eat soggy Weet-Bix. You got this. I believe in you.
In smack bang the middle of F. What's that? 6.
Let's
We do
switch
have
over and have a look at your screen so you can show us, my guy.
We do have a outpost in the courtyards out there. But outside of that, there is nothing too close by other than B squad right near this circle.
Yeah.
There's a spicy one, and there's another one coming, pushing the front road.
Oh, I love a good spicy OP. What we're looking at the moment, this is the 3-para Tiger. It just looks like it's moved back to try and deal with this TFK push that was happening out that side. It's mostly been pretty effective. And they're going to push back into Town Centre, it looks like, and just provide the bulk of the defence. TFK Coffee is moving up on this side. The tank won't be aware he's there. Look at that. Foodstuff in support of the tank. You'll love to see that. Foodstuff going down to Coffee there. So, Rot and Coffee just providing a little bit of a flank, and tearing it up off this right side. Coffee going down to Zyfire, and Rot as well, Zyfire. Cleaning up that side. I'm assuming he'll push in there and make sure there aren't any OPs and Garys at that side. He won't be aware. Obviously, we can tell that there really aren't any, and he doesn't need to worry about this side anymore, but he'll just go through and make sure.
There goes the OP. I'm surprised Strike back in the steeple didn't see them in the courtyard, or can you not see over the house?
Oh, we can go have a look at that.
Have a look.
Let's go have a look
he's
at what
also
he can see.
facing the wrong way to that. You can see into that courtyard, but the OP would have just been behind the roof there, but he would have seen them come round if he had been facing that way.
Yeah, here's a machine gunner. He's set up on sort of that, looking at that west flank. What do you got, Winchy?
TFK have just had a solid wave, or at least a full squad, if not a bit more. They've got another garrison built up, but it is still too close to the infantry to get another wave off.
Oh, so they've got it locked out at the moment. That's probably going to provide them with a bit of problems.
They go further south, they could get another one up on the train tracks.
Yeah, they could. I'm just going to switch over to my screen at the moment. I'm still sort of hovering over town centre at the moment. And this is what Winchy was talking about. Towards the sort of the top of your screen at the moment is that sustained TFK push. It looks like NRD are aware of it, and they're sending lads out, some of them obviously dying.
That won't be NRD.
Sorry, the 3 para lads are moving out that way. There's too many clans!
Love the enthusiasm though. Well, NRD is technically aware of it. I am watching what's going on.
Well, we are playing on the NRD server, so there is that.
That's probably what it is. You've gotten confused.
So TFK have marked up a, sorry, that will be 3 para have marked up a TFK Gary out this side. Where is the TFK Gary out this side? Can I get you nice and close and having a look at that one, Winchy, and we'll switch over to your screen.
So the garrison's just on the edge of that courtyard where that other OP was, roughly.
Gotcha. That is over here. This is the TFK Gary that 3 para obviously not exactly aware of where it is, but they do have some garrison. They did have some garrison marks out this way. There you go. They're fairly certain that it's in that courtyard.
In trying to clear them all out.
Spawn wave on that OP. If they can get rid of those two coming for it, and they did, that should clear up that Gary there. It has.
No spoilers. Sticking no spoilers in the chat. No spoilers.
Yep, no spoilers.
Just had a recon flare go up over the church, so all the infantry over there for 3 para have just been marked up.
Yep, that'll be Blaze that just put up that recon flare. Recon flare's absolutely huge addition and changes the meta completely. Jimmy's not playing. There you go. Jimmy can't spoil it. Jimmy's not playing.
Oh, we got 2 garrisons in the red now.
Yeah, there you go. And that's that sort of 3 para response we were talking about to this TFK stuff that's happening down towards the south of the match that we're looking at. The TFK lads are fighting their ass off trying to defend this garrison to just sort of allow them that sustained push onto town centre. But the 3 para lads, there we got Toby the Toaster, Biddy, Bananas, that feels weird in my mouth to say, and MG Jangle sort of pushing out this side. Bundy.
Just taking out another garrison in the red for the TFK guys, which blazes over trying to hunt down Destructo.
Bungie Senpai taking out that Gary from TFK that we were talking about before. So that's going to be the end of that push from out this side. Towards the right of your screen at the moment, it does look like there are a bunch of TFK lads that have managed to spawn. That is Matthew. Oh no, not Scott. Oh no, not Scott. Hellman something and Commander Knight. And Wayno. They're going to be the bulk. Ooh, looks like he's just taken down their OP there, so no more OP for you. Bungie Senpai doing God's work, taking down all their spawn points. Who needs spawn points anyway? Who needs spawn points anyway?
No, just materialize into the next point. It'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Jeez, I'll tell you what. These 3 para lads, they're doing a good job of just providing. It's what we were talking about before. That's sector control. Yes, the town centre up towards the middle of your screen at the moment is the point they're fighting over. But if they can provide that sector control out and around the outlying regions, it just allows them to hold off any assault. And I think Blue Rose, you watched a lot of the OC matches in the last BPL. That sector control was something that OC did so well during the last competitive scene.
Yeah, that was something that other clans would say afterwards. Like, if OC got the point first, it was going to be very difficult for them to get anywhere near the point to take it. Bar a good airhead or a lucky rocket on a garrison. It was just like roaming around and usually letting Deadman off the leash and letting him go attack people.
Who is the TFK commander? That's an excellent question. We haven't gone over the commanders yet. So the 3 para commander is none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Airborne Kiwi. One hell of an Hell Let Loose player. Winchy, who is the TFK commander?
That would be Prawn Hub today.
Prawn Hub is the TFK commander. There you go.
Now, I've noticed the TFK guys, they've got a couple of enemy garrison markers down at the bottom of the map at E8. Can you tell me, is there anything down that way?
I can tell you that there is one OP down there. in sort of the bottom right-hand corner of E8. But for the most part, the garrisons from 3 Power are starting to look really strong. We can start having a look at that if you like. Towards the top, they've got one up in F3, a slightly more attacking Gary on the border of E4 and 5 in the middle. They've got one up sort of protecting the north of that church area in F4, which is what we're looking at here. Good selection of Garys from 3 Para. This is actually really good work. The good thing about the Garys as well is that'll give them a little bit of an early warning system for any TFK assault that comes from either of that side. So Winchy, I'll switch over to your screen. If you can have a look at the map, let's just see what the TFK Garys are doing.
So we've got one down at the 502nd on point. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You could call it 5 around derailed train, and then you've got another one up towards the canal there. But having said that, with all the garrisons that 3 Para got set up, they're just not getting a push in. But I think they're worried more about their defense there than trying to actually get a push in onto derailed train. So
yeah, they absolutely have gone really defensive on this, and I sort of wonder. It feels a little like the Battle of the Somme, doesn't it? They've sorted out their defensive lines. They've decided this entire fight is going to be over town centre. They set up their Garys. It looks like both sides are in for the long haul here.
I don't think anyone wants to get that whitewash happen. At least the TFK guys don't want to risk the whitewash. So they're set up for a strong defense, but it's just going to make it difficult for them to try and push that town centre.
Yeah, they have been fairly consistently. We're looking at my screen at the moment, fairly consistently pushing this eastern side. So if you're looking at your screen at the moment, what we're doing is flying over the middle of town centre. We're looking out towards the 3 Para lines, which is the 3 Para. If you're looking at this screen, are the blue guys on my casting screen. So looking out towards up towards the top of your screen is where they started the map. So the TFK guy, they're doing a really good job of getting around, but I'll tell you what, 3 Power is doing a really good job of cutting off those lines of advance. We've already seen them take down a few Garys and a few OPs that are out that way. Whew.
I have a comment from someone in chat, Crash Marine, saying, sad face that Toby's not rolling with OC anymore. That's Toby the Toaster, who's now playing for 3 Para. And that's something that happened after the first BPL. People joined new clans and swapped around, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Up against your friends who you played last time.
Yeah, absolutely. And like Toby the Toaster, one hell of a player and a really good dude as well. Sad to see him go over to, was it TFK or is he 3 Para now? Over to 3 Para. But look, it does make me happy though. Looking at that, he is still staying in the OCE community, and I feel that
and 3 Para have just lost a half track trying to push down towards the town centre.
3 Para, they were moving a half track in there. Did you see who took out that half track?
Yeah, it was Wayno from TFK.
There you go. That's just towards the top of your screen at the moment that we're looking at. And this TFK push is looking absolutely legit moving in here. It has been marked up as infantry by the 3 Para boys. That was the mark you could see towards the middle of your screen just then that disappeared because marks don't stay forever. That's super annoying. But there's just the 3 of them left pushing in. Geez, you'd hope they'd have an OP or some sort of spawn point to be moving off. What's their OP situation looking like, Winchy?
1, 2. You've got 2 of them up behind enemy lines.
Yep.
And I think we've got another airhead trying to come in now as well. I'm just going to try and keep an eye on that one.
Blaze also took out one of the Garys in, what was it, G6.
Winchy, did you say we had an airhead coming down?
I think TFK have got an airhead coming down. Airhead and bombing run, so this will be interesting to see.
Yeah, if you're over that, I'm genuinely interested to see how they go.
It's landing in E6, right in the middle of that little grassy patch.
Ooh, gotcha.
Probably trying to get it in that trench there, which would be a good, nice, safe spot for an airhead.
That's not bad. Having that sort of line of advance, I feel like it's something that's been a little bit neglected. Bombing run going in, obviously not necessary, but it's really easy for us to say because we can see everybody on the map.
One did get cleaned up by us, so there goes the 3 Para commander.
Ooh, really? 3 Para commander going down. That's going to make it difficult for him to call stuff in. I'm just going to switch over to my screen at the moment because we can see that obviously that Gary mark in the middle, that is the 3 para boys marking up the airhead that's just gone down from TFK. But they do have good support. You'd like to see a good spawn wave coming off this airhead at the moment. Lots of the 3 para lads, they are sitting around town centre, and the bulk of their squads were sitting sort of towards the top of your screen, dealing with that TFK assault from the other side. Oh, I'm just waiting for this spawn wave from TFK. Is that airhead still up, my guy?
I believe that airhead is
There it is.
up and active.
Geez, you'd like to see a spawn wave come off it soon. That's what we're looking at. That's that weird little covered box you can see in the middle of your screen at the moment.
Town centre, a little bit of pressure in there.
It's funny, that isn't even the airhead that's done that. That's just the lads that came in support. Massive spawn wave coming off that airhead. That was just Matthew that's decided to take advantage of that spot.
Was anyone else dead? That may have been the problem. If everyone's alive, then you're only going to get 1 or 2 people spawning on an airhead.
Oh, good lord. So that's Charon, PLA Foreskin, or what a goddamn name that is, and Matthew that are going to provide the... That's all of the TFK assault coming from this side at the moment. Looks like Prot has just spawned in on the airhead as well. But they're probably going to struggle to dislodge these 3 para lads with that.
Looks like you guys have got some supplies coming down on point.
Yep, and there is a flare that's just gone off. Sort of over that TFK airhead that went down. So more supplies for 3 para coming down on point. Still just the 4 lads. They've managed to stay alive. Food Stuff is more than aware that there's lads there. Or looks like Matthew just going down then. Sharon is the last one that's left alive in that building that sort of overlooks most of Town Square and gives us sort of a bit more of an overlook over the approach. Those of you who have played this game, like most of you had, far more than we probably should have, will know that sort of from the west, those are your 2 looking at our screen at the moment. That sort of alley that you can see from the left that Food Stuff is sitting at the moment, and that main street to your right are the main approaches to Town Centre.
Are you guys seeing Charon hiding in the top of the building?
We are seeing...
Zephyr's going after him, but he's got a good little hiding spot there.
He does. He's just going to be a little bit of a human claymore at the moment. Point his gun at the stairs and deal with anybody that comes up. Genuinely interested to see whether Food Stuff's going to be able to get the jump on him.
That's that corner house everyone used. I ran past it the other day in a game, and I physically stopped and had to stare at it because they've changed it.
They have, haven't they?
It's different. It's a normal layout.
You think that's gone down by suits?
There you go. The 3 para lads suits taking down the airhead. Look, they were well aware of it, and they were moving in to deal with it. And I think we're... Ooh. There you go. That lad that was being a bit of a human claymore in the building has gone down now. Symbiosis is moving up. He does have a tank in support. What sort of tank is that? That looks like a 75.
He's using the smoke for cover. Excellent.
Yep. So that 75... Look, it's sort of what we saw before. You like to see a bit of combined arms. Combined arms is a term you'll see thrown around quite a lot at the moment because it's something that a lot of the lads are working on. So that's a TFK tank pushing up. It does only have the 2 infantry in support. And having a look at the 3 para boys, they don't have any AT in the area that are going to be able to deal with that.
Tank has lost his support. Both of those TFK guys are down.
Yep.
Coffee took out something. Did he take out... Was there a garrison there, or...?
Coffee did.
Or was that supplies? I saw something, a puff of smoke, that means you took something out, but didn't quite see it.
Over, so all the marks are going up.
Nobody's going for that tank, though.
It looks like Toby the Toaster is going to try and get a satchel on this tank. Let's see whether he's able to get it down or not. No, it's just moving too quick. Get it down, son. You've got this. There we go. Satchel going down on the tank. I don't know whether or not they'll be aware of it because they didn't seem to be in too much of a hurry to move away from Toby the Toaster whilst he was putting that down.
And TFK are aware of the 3 para heavy tank that's pushing down.
Ooh, all right. Well, looks like this 75 is pretty happy to go and deal with that. Driving straight past the 3 para lad there.
Toby might get a couple of friendly fire kills.
Hey, if you don't get friendly fire kills, did you even put down a satchel?
Exactly.
And there goes the 3 para heavy.
We just watched the We just watched the TFK 75 going down to that satchel, Toby the Toaster. We love to see satchels on this stream. And you're telling me that the was that the 3 para heavy just went down, the Tiger tank?
You got Commander Knight, Sweeney, Wayno over there. There was a couple others that were around it just prior to that as well.
There you go. So we're back to a bit of a stalemate. I'll tell you what, looking at the TFK, we're just going to zoom out a little bit and see what the majority of the battlefield's doing. TFK have mostly abandoned their sort of frontal attack, which was to the right of your screen at the moment. What sort of, Winchy, can I get you to fly over and have a look at the 3 para attack on the next point for me?
Yeah, I'm just having a bit of a look at that at the moment. It looks like they're coming in from the bottom of the map. Has been marked up as infantry.
Okay.
And it also...
So we're switched over to your screen. So the blueberries on Winchy's screen, which is what we're looking at the moment. The blueberries, that's the TFK forces. So this is the next point, which, if I'm not mistaken, is derailed train on this map, Carentan. So it looks like 3 para have sort of divided their forces a little bit and decided to go on the attack. Looks like they feel like they can afford it. But we'll switch back to my screen. Just having a look. Yeah, so there's just a diffuse TFK attack. They're mainly still focusing around that sort of rear, which is the middle of your screen and towards the bottom at the moment. Adelaide absolutely doing some work with his mate Destructoid. I think it's Destructoid from memory. And they just look to be cutting across this TFK attack. Whew. There you go. Rocket ineffectual from... I didn't see who got that one off, but... Jimmy the Hand just makes a very good point at the moment. Is 3 para need more pressure on the next point? They do. And I think they've started over that. Obviously, stream's delayed, so I won't see that for 15 minutes. But I think they've started put that pressure on. Winchy's over there, so we'll switch over to his screen and have a look at what's going on at the moment.
It has been a nice little bit of pressure over here. They briefly did have that garrison on point locked out.
Okay.
But the TFK guys are responding to it quite nicely. Virus and Banana? I don't know.
I was going to go with bananas, spelt dumb.
Yeah. Sort of the only two that are over there, but we have had another spawn just up the road there. So that'll come in and give them another nice push. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of activity going around.
Yeah, we'll switch back over to mine. So 3 para will be blue once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It looks like they've really sort of set up some... they've really sort of set up some sustained push. And this will mean that TFK, where they've been able to really push their lads forward, bombing run going in, that was a 3 para bombing run, just sort of trying to clean up the point a little bit. Has that managed to take down the TFK Gary?
TFK Gary, it has. And that is also 3 para trying to cap derail there.
Yeah, it's contested at the moment, and now it's going back towards the TFK side.
Yeah,
that's what we're looking at the screen at the moment. Oh, they've had to use a reinforce to do it. There you go. Look, just from having a look at the sector control they've got around derailed train, as well as the TFK Gary going down, and the half track. There you go. So I'm going to say this is probably going to swing towards the 3 para lads. If they can continue this assault, I can't see TFK dealing with this.
They've got a tank just coming up behind the guys that are taking the half track out. Let's see if he spots him. He's taken one rocket.
Swinging over to Winchy at the moment. Let's have a look.
Sort of just driving on by him.
Just chilling, doing stuff. You know how it is.
Just getting a nice little push in there though.
Yeah, it is. And that's what I was sort of saying about this... TFK tank is... I'm going to switch over to my screen because I'm nice and close having a look at this TFK tank at the moment. That's Waggers putting the rockets into the... what's that look like? A 76. So that's a heavy Sherman there. It's on its own. That's a TFK tank. There we go. We've got a couple of lads moving in with a satchel. There we go. That's Glove, and if he slow down, I can read his name. Sumo141. Toby the Toaster trying to get the satchel out. It is a little bit difficult to satchel a moving tank. Still no satchels down. Oh, they want that
They're
satchel.
just a little too fast, and you have to like sprint. You have to hope that they get caught on a lamppost or something. There's 4 of them.
That is genuinely hilarious.
They all have satchels. Please tell me they've all got satchels trying to get it.
They do. Every single one of them is an assault with the satchel out. I fucking love it.
Fantastic.
You hit the splash damage, taking out one of his pursuers there. He's going to have to go around the corner. This could be the chance for them to get it on. Glove! Glove! No!
You've got to start at the front, and when they drive past, you smack it on the back of it.
Well, we got a counter contest at Town Centre. There is no 3 para over there that I'm aware of.
All right, I can't stop looking at this tank.
There's one airborne is sitting in the point. He's in that dead half track. That is a good hiding spot.
Oh yeah. No, I've just gone over to Town Centre and have a quick look. There's still a couple of guys there, but not as many as they have on the attack. So TFK have got less people on attack than 3 para do.
Right.
This might be close, depending on it. If they get a good shot and they clear him out.
This tank's still not going down. Glove is the last one trying to get this satchel on. I can't, it's like a lava lamp. I can't look away. I know the points are being taken. I know I should be over there, but I can't stop watching this.
We want this tank action. Does he get it? Come on. We can tell you what's happening on the other points. That's not important.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to get stuck down here because, oh, stuck!
Yeah,
This could be it! Glove is going to get the satchel on! Oh no, he fucked it!
Ah!
Frosty's jumped
Oh,
down.
he's got the satchel down! Has he seen the satchel or is he going to get back into the
Do you
tank?
think? Can he see it?
He's going to have to stop! His
Tank's
tank
gotta
driver's
stop
going to have to
moving to
stop,
get the tank.
otherwise... No, he's just got back into the tank! He hasn't noticed the satchel at all!
That too.
And I'll tell you what, with this tank moving in, that's going to take out some of those 3 para friendlies that are right next to it.
Oh, depending on where he ends up when it goes off, he could take out a.
It's just about to go. There you go. He's just taken out 2 of them. This could mean this could give 3 para the advantage to take over the middle of this town centre now. They've got better cap weight. They've got more people in point. Airborne Kiwi, it looks like with Destructoid off to your left there, they're the only 2 3 para lads left. This is going to be a point flip. This is going to go TFK's way. That was huge.
Well done, TFK, on that.
And there it is, the middle point, town centre flipping. Obviously, every single Gary that they put down will now be disappeared as TFK takes the point down.
How many garrisons did they lose to that map flip?
Given that they don't have a Gary left on the map anymore, 1 or 2 is the answer, Winchy.
Wow.
Holy crap. TFK. Let's see whether they're able to move back in and take this point now. You'd like to see...
still in that half track? Was he still chilling? Or did they
No.
clear him out?
They finally cleared him out. We watched that happen about 4 seconds ago. Obviously, that's not a real half track. That is just one of the bits of map decoration that looks like a half track to confuse me and everybody else. Alrighty, we don't need to keep looking at that, do we? We can keep moving around and see what 3 para's response to losing this middle point's going to be. 42 minutes.
Take up the main road.
All right, let's swing over and have a look at Winchy.
While we have a look at saying, I do have a question from Maxim in chat. Any shovel gameplay? So far?
Most disappointingly, Maxim, we have seen exactly 0 shovel gameplay. Obviously, they're not across the new meta for Hell Let Loose, which is having a squad entirely dedicated to both shoveling and or knifing people. They're just not across it, Max, and it's disappointing to see. I'd like to see them learn from this, obviously watching this cast later, and learn from this and sort of add the shovel gameplay into their repertoire.
3 para tank has been marked up. They are the TFK are aware of it, and they've just cleared out their guys. They're trying to get up around a potential garrison. No, they've got the garrison on the other side of town centre. Cool.
So I've just switched over to my screen again, and that's what Winchy's talking about. In the middle of your screen at the moment, trying to sneak past that that tank that's sitting there. That's the 3 para tank. It looks like it's commanded by Trigger, and with Justice for and Centurion moving up. The good thing, what I really like to see about this is that they're moving up with tank support. But Winchy, can I get you to go over to? It looks like 3 Power are losing their next point. Can you go and have a look at what's happening over there, and we'll switch over to your screen.
Yep. So Commander Knight's over there, the only person around that I can spot. And Joshua's coming in for backup, and without any of those spawns over there, that's going to spell a bit of disaster for 3 Power guys. And they've got someone else up on the next point again, ready for that capture.
Wow, they were obviously confident about taking that. 3 Power not having backup Garys ready to defend that next point. I think that's going to be disastrous for them. TFK managing to roll through the points now.
TFK have marked up a garrison at H8, right on the bottom there. They may have seen some supplies or something come down, but I don't know if there's been anyone spawning that way.
There are 3 Power supplies down the bottom of H8, but it doesn't look like they've got anybody that can make use of them to put up that Gary. Mount Halei is going to go down without a fight, it looks like.
And that tank just went down on a town centre as well, so...
So this will be a strong push for LeMason.
Wow, there you go. That's jeez. After that fight that 3 Power put up at the start of this match, I did not expect that.
They held that middle point for so long.
Airhead bombing run from from TFK. So there's
He might get his own...
on point up on point, ready from the start. Holding defense on map.
Was that a TFK bombing run, was it?
That was a TFK bombing run over their own airhead on point that they've just captured.
Jeez, I wonder... Surely they should have realised that they were only capping with 2 people on point, that there was no 3 Power people around. I guess playing it safe, making sure that airhead goes down, and being able to redeploy all their lads to the new front, which is now Mount Halais. And there you go. That's you just saw it there. The spawn wave... absolutely massive from TFK. They're going to start spreading out and trying to take advantage and defending Mount Halei, stopping this 3 Power push back into it. What a goddamn match. I did not see that coming. 3 Power, sort of, obviously Airborne Kiwi, sort of falling asleep at the wheel a little bit there, or just being overconfident in their ability to take Town Centre back.
Do they have their nodes up yet? Or do they have the rest of the nodes up, or anyone on Artie?
Let me have a look. They only have 2 nodes up at the moment, and that's 2 total.
And no one on Artie either.
And still nobody on artillery.
If they had someone on Artie, I reckon when they started losing Monhalay, they could have sent a couple of rounds or sent people back to Monhalay and Artie Town Centre.
It looks like 3 Power may have even had some issues with some vehicles at some point. They've got a couple of them parked up in the middle of nowhere.
Right. So I'm going to switch back over to my screen. I'm sort of floating over Mount Halais at the moment. That's the point that TFK have just taken, and they're the raspberries that you can see flooding the center of your screen. The 3 Power counter attack is coming from to the top of your screen at the moment. It looks like they're pretty satisfied with the old shotgun approach and putting all their eggs in one basket and moving up sort of the middle there. The biggest problem with Mount Halais is there is not much cover. If we have a look to the top of your screen, for those blueberries to start moving into. Actually, I tell a word of a lie. Trigger, Centurion, and Bananas, they're moving off to the right of your screen at the moment, just sort of providing some width to the attack, I'd assume.
I do have another request from chat if we could see just a little bit more of the map. If there's any pushes.
We can absolutely do that. The biggest problem I find with map is trying to point stuff out. I feel like I should get a little bit of zoom action so I can write on the map and show you exactly what's happening. But at the moment, what we're looking at is this sort of area here is the bulk of the 3 Power attack, and they're moving straight in. They do have, finally, a defensive Gary on La Maison des Ormes. Des Ormes? Jesus, my French is terrible. Don't hate me. So that's the main thrust that's coming here. Having a look at the moment, we can see towards the top of your screen, up here is another 3 Power Gary with a half track in between the next Gary, which is sort of sitting here in G7. So they do have some nice attacking Garys going on now. It does look like Airborne Kiwi has got his he has got himself into gear, and is starting to provide some width and giving 3-Power a chance of clawing this one back.
And you
They
do have
could take it back.
TFK guys there behind them trying to push in and just clear out any spawns that way.
Yep, there you go at the moment. Geez, it's so spread out at the moment. I'm going to try and find a spot where I can show you guys exactly what's happening over the entirety of this battlefield. TFK, the bulk of their forces have spawned into Mount Halaise now, and it looks like they're going to be fighting a predominantly defensive action against 3-Para. Coming in sort of from the right of your screen and the bottom of your screen at the moment. Rumple Foreskin, what a goddamn name. That is, there you go. No matter what happens, he has now got my award for the best name of the Twitch stream.
Fantastic. There's always some crazy names out there.
Winchy and BlueRose.
Look.
Can I just remind you guys that we really need to pick out some players of the game at the end of this. So keep an eye out for anybody who is absolutely crushed it in your eyes. For mine at the moment, we've seen Matthew do some very good things. Toby the Toaster has been absolutely outstanding. And a quick shout out to Waggers. That lad has provided some damn good points of offense when he's needed to.
That's an airhead down by 3-Para. Let's see this wave spawn come off it.
There is 3-Para. Where are we at the moment? Let me get over there and have a look. It is underneath us at the moment. Yeah, there you go. There is.
There's a wave spawn. One,
there you
two,
go.
4, 5. Oh, and they're getting cleaned up.
There you go. They've managed to take down most of that offense. Brawnhub, the TFK commander, is still sitting over on the left. There are 4 of those 3-Para. 2 of them left. Bananas and Adley are the last ones left that are going to be able to hold off for another. And Adley going down. Brawnhub's going to run out and get this airhead now.
What a save.
Brawnhub going down. I don't know. I did not see who murdered that one, but Matthew is the last one that's going to be able to take. Big spawn wave coming off. He's taking down 3. 3's not going to be enough. Matthew going down. Looks like City Ames. God, I can't say that. Pronunciation, not my strong suit, obviously. There you go. Looks like they're probably going to be able to make use of this airhead now. That airhead defense was absolutely clutch. Toby the Toaster going down there. Mr. Chew and Lou Dog sitting off towards the right of your screen. Just sort of being bushwookies at the moment, trying to hold off this 3-Para. Tango going down to Mr. Chew there. Whew. Beerblade's pointing out that 3-Para still 0 nodes and no arty. Yep, still. Tell you what.
2 nodes, wasn't it?
What do we got?
2 nodes, but no arty.
2 nodes now. They did have 3 nodes at the start. I'm assuming Recon's taken down some of them. I'll tell you what, Winchy, can I get you floating over La Maison? Because it looks like TFK is starting to take it.
Yes, they are.
If you're over there, sing out when you're good and I'll switch over to your screen, my guy.
Yep, I'm over there now. There's only a couple of guys over there. They're just pushing in a bit of sector cap. They've got a recon flare going over, marking up where everyone's at.
Yep, it looks like, I guess 3-Para are putting all their eggs in one basket, taking back Mount Halaise, but they're not even getting a cap. There is a lot of TFK cap weight on it at the moment. You'd assume the call would be to move back towards La Maison because...
Yep, I've just done a fallback spawn just there.
That's halfway done. That boom that you guys heard was... that's the 3-Para HQ spawn almost going. Jesnaz, the recon lad, and Charan with Blaze and Lucky moving in from the left of your screen at the moment. James May is the only 3-Para lad that's there. But I'll tell you what, they must have a reinforce. Yeah, they've absolutely got a reinforce down, and that's the only thing that is keeping him in this game at the moment. Centurium and Sweaty Plum, I'm going to go ahead and assume that's Sweaty Plums, and Napler starting to move in to provide some defense now. James May going down to Charan there.
That garrison at the corner of I-8 is just keeping the waves coming in for the 3-Para guys, so this might just clutch for them having that wave there, but it looks like they're pushing in from Mount Halaise more.
Yeah, and just as we say that, they have started to take Mount Halaise. They are a fair bit behind on this cap race, though. Naplo Centurion, a bit of work to do if they're going to save this one. Obviously, there's no point capping Mount Halaise if they lose this last point. Charon, Just As, and Blaze, they're absolutely doing God's work. Lucky 10 and Coffee trying to hold off James May and Naplo coming in. If they can deal with them, this match could go TFK's way now.
And we've got 30 minutes left on the clock thereabouts.
Yeah, 30 minutes and 50 seconds left. Rumple foreskin. There you go. Lucky 10 holding him off. Sumo 141. Destructoid towards the top here. So I don't know whether it's going to be enough. I think this match could go towards TFK. Unless 3 Para pull something out now, they're going to lose this match to Task Force Koala.
There's no garrisons over that way for the TFK guys. They've only got 2 OPs right on the edge of the cap point there.
Oh, what a banger of a match.
Gone down.
Sumo going down. Destructoid going down. This is going to be it. This is going to be GG.
On in, James May.
That's it.
GG.
GG. So that was a
go.
5-0 win for Task Force Koala. Blue Rose Jelly, Winchy, get your faces on because we're going to do a bit of a post-match. There you go. There's Winchy's beautiful, shiny forehead. He did put a bit of forehead shine on it before we started casting, and I, for one, appreciate it. Blue Rose Jelly, good to see your smiling face. It's just proof for some of your viewers that you do, in fact, have a face and that you're not a robot. I'll start with Winchy. That was a good game. That midpoint fight.
Very good game indeed.
Yeah, that midpoint fight over Town Centre was brutal. I thought 3 Para absolutely looking the goods towards the start of this match, but TFK showing some perseverance, Winchy.
No, most definitely. I think TFK definitely took advantage of 3 Para's pushes, and that just opened up the weak spot for 3 Para. Good to see them being preemptive and actually being at those next points ready to try and start having some action. That is an improvement on some of their gameplay we've been pointing out to them. So yeah, no, it's great gameplay from TFK, great improvement from them. Typical 3 Para, they get a bit pushy, and I think that's going to be some of the downfall for the bigger clans this season.
Yeah, they did get very aggressive, and just knowing where to put your lads. What the fuck did I just watch from Deathless? I actually don't know where they're up to in the stream. Obviously, we're 15 minutes in the future.
At the TFK tank. So I think that's the one where they were running after all 3 or 4 of them, and they finally got the satchel on.
Excellent. Blue Rose Jelly, did you enjoy that match, sister?
I did. It's
good fun.
That was so good. It 3 Para had the midpoint for most of it.
Yep.
There was some really good tank plays as well, and just everyone running after the tanks with satchels. Just
delicious, wasn't
it? It was so good. And then right at the end, TFK managed to get Town Centre and then got the next 2 points really quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was really indicative of that TFK just continuing to push around the edges, probing, finding that place that they can push in, finding that way that they could crack that 3 Para defense. And obviously from there, 3 Para not having any of those defensive Garys just started getting rolled by TFK, and that's the way the rest of the match went. They never sort of managed to get back into position and never managed to get back into that spot where they were holding down their ground anymore. I think we should probably start winding this up. I'll get you guys to start thinking about your players of the game, because there were some damn good plays in there, and there were some damn good lads playing. For mine, I'm going to give my MVP to Toby the Toaster. Some of the pushes he made, some of the stuff was crucial, and I thought he played really well. Winchy,
Nice.
do you have anybody that you'd like to call out?
I can't remember all their names. I think Wayno did a pretty impressive job there with some of the tank play stuff that I'm pretty certain he was involved in.
Yep.
I'd love to try and touch base with some of the guys and see who and where they thought were their players, because there's just too many good plays in there to actually call it out.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Isn't it? Blue Rose Jelly, who was your favorite out of that one?
I'm going to say Glove, who managed to get the tank. I think that was the one where all 4 of them were running after, and then the tank finally got stuck on that little corner. Fantastic.
It was delicious, wasn't it? There you go. They're your MVPs. We'll give a special shout out, a quick shout out. Thank you for the follow. You'll see this in 15 minutes. A quick shout out to the commanders. That was Prawn Hub for TFK and Airborne Kiwi for 3 Para. 2 damn good lads. Quick shout out to the clans. That was a match between TFK, Task Force Koala, and 3 Para. 2 very good clans around the place. Winchy?
And we have Mr. Chu here with us. So, Mr. Chu.
Hello. There's also a Prawn Hub as well.
No way.
No.
Welcome, Prawn Hub, and Mr. Chu. How are you?
Yeah, that was pretty intense.
Pretty
It
good
was,
now.
wasn't
Pretty
it?
good.
Yeah,
I
I
like
know.
Carentan. Carentan's a great map.
2 wonderful cup races.
Oh, I know. They were delicious, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously,
Huge
you...
Congratulations on like your perseverance at like probing them and then just taking advantage of their weakness of their over aggressive push.
Yeah, I noticed it when they committed to derailed. I'm like, all right, let's set up an ahead.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm sure if you guys watch the cast back later, because I'm sure you all will, because why
We
not?
will.
Have a look at when you guys took town centre. 3 Para were left with literally no garrisons on the map.
Yeah.
I think it was a bit of an oversight from them not having one of those blue zone Garys to fall back to. And that just meant you guys could take Mount Halay. Very well done. Prawn Hub. Hell of a job commanding, my guy.
Unreal, eh?
Did you have fun?
Yeah, just playing my usual game.
Absolute pleasure to watch you, my guy. Mr. Chu, thank you very much for sorting this out. It was a pleasure to be able to watch you guys and cast this one.
No problem. All I'm happy to say is I didn't have to command for once, and look what happens. TFK wins. So
Yeah.
Goodbye.
We'll start wrapping this one up. Prawn Hub, Mr. Chu, thank you for jumping in afterwards and having a chat with us. And thanks for playing, guys. It was an absolute pleasure.
Pleasure having you
no
guys.
problem.
Yeah, take care of yourselves. Winchy, I'll start with you. Pleasure. Feel free to talk up NRD as much as you like. I like playing with you, lads. We're obviously playing on one of your servers today. Damn pleasure to be able to cast this with you, my guy.
Thank you very much for having us. It was a pleasure to co-cast with you. It was actually good to actually get the face on cam and actually get in on some of the action for a change.
Blind a few people from that forehead shine. I like it. BlueRoseJelly, I know I've casted with you before, and I say thank you, genuinely thank you every time. But thank you very much for joining us. It is always a pleasure. Thanks for dealing with the chat and bringing up some of the special comment stuff that I tend to miss, or me and Winchy tend to miss because we're looking at different stuff. So thank you very much.
No, it's all good. I really enjoy doing these. I watched so many of them during BPL, and to be able to like fly around and see it, it's like, oh yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. Less stressful
hell
than
yeah.
being on the ground, being shot at.
So I think we'll start wrapping that up. That was a match between TFK and 3 Para. TFK coming away with a big 5-0 win. What we're doing this for, a lot of these matches are Big D Premier League warm-up. Big D Premier League, obviously sort of the big competitive Hell Let Loose tournament in Australia in the OCE community. Not going to forget our Kiwi buddies. So that's going to be coming up in the next couple of months. You should see a little more coming out on your usual Big D sources. BlueRoseJelly will stick all the Discords and stuff in the Twitch chat for you, so you can go join up there. Go join a clan. Come and play against some of the lads you've seen today. So that you should see a little more coming out shortly on that. A few little things. If you haven't followed already, you get more of this stuff on my channel and just dicking around talking shit. You can obviously just follow me. If you're watching this later on YouTube, it's twitch.tv/TraumaStew. That's that name. BlueRoseJelly has a very good thing happening on her channel as well. That would be twitch.tv/BlueRoseJelly. I love hanging. It's one of the only Twitch streams that I genuinely like hanging around. Follow Winchy as well. Winchy, I'll make sure I get your links in there. He doesn't stream that often, but when he does, fucking hell, I love playing with the cunt. But we're going to wrap it up. Thank you, guys. I'm going to say a quick thank you very much for everybody that's tuned in and started watching this. It is a goddamn pleasure to have each and every one of you. As always, we say on this stream, look after yourselves. If you can manage to do that, see if you can't look after somebody else too. It's been a pleasure as always. Stick around. We'll raid somebody in the Hell Let Loose community. We'll find somebody juicy to raid for you. We'll find some decent content. Love you guys. We'll catch you later. Have a little bit of stream ending screen.